Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you are all having a great day. Today we go to Atlanta in all three series trucks, Xfinity and Cup obviously. And today we have our first YouTube community member in a truck. It's actually Jay Cook here in our truck for today. In the next one, it's going to be Jeff Lucas, who was picked in the random generator for the truck there as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. There was a bit of struggling with the speed in this truck. Obviously, the first few races with this new team is going to take us a little bit to get the speed going here, so I was not really expecting the best finish. Now as we cut straight to the final lap here as Cook comes through turns 3 and turns 4 on the exit of the corner in that 22nd position. He would come through the tri-oval to finish in P22 here in Atlanta. So a solid finish considering the speed in the truck. But now we jump straight to the Xfinity race where we had Noah Gragson back in the car in the 20th starting position as he went down through turns 1 and turns 2 on the outside there of Garrett Smithley at that moment. Gragson had a rough race at Daytona, actually flipping multiple times down through the back straightaway, so he struggled a little bit once again here in Atlanta. Now as we cut straight to the final lap, he had only gained a few positions now as he had made a move for P17 through turns 3 and turn 4 over Brandon Jones, and Gragson would at least come through to exit turn 4 and move up into 17th as he came across the line with a not so great finish here in Atlanta. So none of our teams in the top 10 for Atlanta this episode, so hopefully in the Cup Series maybe we can get a top 10. Atlanta's been a bit of a touch and go track for me. Sometimes I run pretty well there, and then sometimes we just cannot bring together a whole race to finish well. But we cut straight through our qualifying lap. Now down the front straightaway coming through to cross the line. It's P15 with a 29.429, immediately showing that we certainly got our work cut out for us. So hopefully we can have a strong run here as we get ready to go green in Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. This 1.5-mile oval is popular with both fans and drivers alike. It's popular because 21 years of wear has widened the racing groove from the apron to the wall. There's very little grip, which produces side-by-side action and close finishes. Now, the track surface was all set to get resurfaced after the 2017 race, but an outpouring of opposition forced them to push that date back. Will we get another close finish today? Let's head on down to the track and find out right here on PRN.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Austin Dillon isn't nearly as fast as expected, so certainly not going to be much of a factor from them. There is Bubba Wallace, failed technical inspection, so he is starting at the back of the field now as we get ready to go green here from the 15th starting position with Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch on the pole. Kyle Busch won at Homestead, Miami, winning the championship, and then he won the 500. Now can he win 3 races in a row as the green flag is out, and we are underway here in Atlanta now as we head down towards turns 1. Chase Elliott looking for win number 1 on the season. Like I said, Kyle Busch just won the Daytona 500 last episode. He's won the last 2 races of our career mode, and he's starting the season off strong now with the front row start here in Atlanta. Now as we're on the inside of the 42 of Kyle Larson as we head down the back straightaway for the first time behind the 22 and the 1 of Kurt Busch and Logano, who battle side by side as we go down into turn 3. Now looking under the 1 of Kurt Busch there as we come through turns 3 and turns 4. Elliott out in front now. Eric Jones moves up into that second position as we come through the tri-oval to complete the first lap here in Atlanta. One of the longer mile and a halfs on the schedule now as we go down into turns 1 on the inside of the 14 of Clint Boyer. And I certainly felt some short run speed in this car, but the long run speed is really where I was a little bit concerned if we were going to actually have a car capable of doing something. But now as we cut to lap 3, now looking to the inside of Ryan Blaney, we would actually be able to get ourselves up into a top 10 position there as we kind of give him a little bit of contact there and side draft him down the back straightaway as we go down into turns 3, making the move for P10 there as we move up inside the top 10 now. And as we came through on lap 11, now up into P9 on the inside of Kyle Busch, and now even Daniel Suarez as we exit turn 4, making it 3 wide with Suarez and Busch there as we come through, crossing the line 3 wide at the line there with Busch and Daniel Suarez. As we go down into turns 1, Suarez gets in line behind me as we move up to P7 at this point. Now set our sights on the 4 car of Kevin Harvick, who came up just short of a championship last season in our career mode as well. Now as we head down the back straightaway, trying to get up and take that 6th position away. So like I said, showing some serious short run speed there now as we came through on lap 13, looking to the inside of the 4 of Kevin Harvick with 8 to go in the stage as we go down into turns 1, making the pass for P6 now as we try to set our sights on the top 5 position. But unfortunately, this is really where the speed started to go away, because as we came to lap 14, Suarez now gets back to my inside as he had passed Kevin Harvick as we exit turn 2, just about getting into the wall, and Suarez would drive on by. And as we came now to lap 17, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ryan Blaney had run me down, and they had looked to my inside as I was just losing all the speed in this car, and we would end up dropping down to the 9th position there as we had crossed the line. So now as we cut straight to the final lap of the stage, Kyle Busch starting to close back in on me as we try to hold on to P9 here for the first stage. Now as we go through turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time, and the stage is going to end early though as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. Somebody brought out the caution. I couldn't find who brought it out, but obviously someone must have had some type of incident, bringing out the yellow now as the stage winner was Joey Logano, who had driven his way through the field. We were behind him early in the stage, and he had so much speed. He drove through the field. He got the stage victory as we would take 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, come out in P9 as we get ready to start the second stage with Logano on the front row now with his teammate of Brad Keselowski. As stage 2 is underway here in Atlanta behind the 17 and the 12 of Stenhouse and Blaney. Now as Harvick and McMurray sit behind me there as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Suarez having a solid run so far here in Atlanta. Always love to see him up inside the top 10. Now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway for the first time in this second stage. Obviously on the inside line we're going to be able to gain a handful of positions as we pass Chase Elliott. Now going into turn 3, we're going to look to the inside of the 2 of Brad Keselowski there, and we're going to move ourselves into a top 5 position now as we exit the corner. Stenhouse up in P4. Great run right now for Stenhouse there as we cross the line, completing the first lap in the stage there as Truex and Jones sit second and third just behind Logano as they try to maybe make a move for the lead there as we continue side by side with Keselowski as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. Behind us we got Suarez and Elliott side by side there as we head down towards turn 3. Logano continuing to lead this race there as he defends over Martin Truex Jr., hungry to get up there and get win number 1 on the season. And as we exit turn 4, we're going to get clear because I was going to figure I'd try to maybe make the outside work, but unfortunately Suarez would get to my inside and make the pass. Martin Truex Jr., he had actually started falling down the order within the next few laps now as he would fall just in front of me there as we head down towards turns 1 here on lap 6. And there he goes sideways too, just in front of me as he goes spinning now as we move up to the top to avoid him. And around he goes, moving up the track. A huge hit for Ryan Blaney on the outside wall, who gets nailed by Kyle Busch as the caution is going to fly here in Atlanta. A big hit for Ryan Blaney on the outside wall. Like I said, Truex, he just started falling. He was in second, and then we cut to the next few laps. He was just in front of me in P6, and then around he went. Ryan Blaney, a massive hit, and he's somehow still in this race now as we're back underway here with 11 to go in the second stage, trying to push my teammate Chase Elliott out front, but he's not going anywhere, so I'm going to take him 3 wide as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Logano continuing to lead as he is showing a lot of speed here in Atlanta. Now as we exit turn 2, 3 wide in the middle between Harvick and our teammate of Chase Elliott as we go down the back straightaway, heading down towards turns 3. Stenhouse trying to make that outside lane work there as we make this middle lane work between Elliott and Harvick, and now we clear Elliott there as we exit turn 4, holding on briefly to that 7th position. Truex still up here in almost the top 10 after that crash as we side draft to 4 just a little bit as we go down into turns 1 with 10 to go at this point in the second stage, trying to make that outside work the best I can, but certainly a bit of a struggle now as we exit turn 2. Daniel Suarez up into that second position at the moment there as we head down the back straightaway, trying to clear Harvick as we go down into turn 3. Going to be a bit aggressive, and we're going to chop his nose a bit and make the pass work and clear Stenhouse, but unfortunately these guys in front of me would completely drive away now as we came through with just 2 to go in the stage, sitting P5 as we go down into turns 1, but Kyle Busch gets to my inside at this point now as the car was just falling off so much. Like I said, they just drove away from me after I got up to the 5th position. Unfortunately, just no speed in the car in these final laps as we go down into turn 3 and turn 4. Blaney now looking to my inside, but he can't make something happen now as we go to this final lap in the stage through turns 1 and turn 2, going a little bit wide. They're getting into the wall, and that allows Blaney to get to my inside, and now he takes over P7 as we head down towards turn 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in stage 2, at least trying to hold on to P8 as we come through the center of the corner now on the exit of turn 4, right behind the 12 of Blaney, but it's not going to be enough now as we come through to cross the line in P8 here for stage 2. A solid stage 2 effort, but like I said, once I got to P5, the car just died on me. I just went backwards, so I decided that we need to make some adjustments here for this final stage. I decided, okay, we're going to just put up the tire pressures a bit here on the right rear and the right front, and hopefully that'll pay off a little bit. And Joey Logano did win the stage, so we would actually still come out in P8 surprisingly, but we do have another pit stop coming here in this final stage. Now as the green flag is out and the final stage in Atlanta is underway, Logano and Jones, they're running 1 and 3 on that bottom lane there as we head down towards turns 1. Is that Keselowski just in front of Elliott now, as well as Kevin Harvick is up there as Suarez. He is having a great run today here in Atlanta. He's up in that second position. That is not Kevin Harvick now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway on the outside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. In front of us, Blaney and Elliott, good friends in real life battle side by side as we go down into turn 3, trying to make this outside line work, but I completely screw it up and allow Boyer to get to my inside as we go 3 wide with him and Denny Hamlin for the moment there as we exit turn 4. Now Kyle Larson looks to my inside as we come through to cross the line. Harvick gets in front of me. We fall outside of the top 10 now as we head down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Truex looking to my inside as well as Almirola and McMurray battle side by side just behind me. So we drop down to P14. Not a good start here for this final stage as we head down the back straightaway, trying to clear McMurray, but just now able to do so as we go down into turns 3. Now trying to get to that bottom there as we just about look under Larson, but we're going to stay in line just behind him for the moment. And as we exit turn 4, right on the back bumper of Larson, as we're going to make a little bit of contact, deserves a little bit of a checkup now as we cross the line. 35 laps remain as we look to the inside of the 42 of Kyle Larson as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Boyer up on the outside of Truex, losing a little bit of ground there as we exit the second corner side by side with the 42 of Larson. We would move ahead of him now, and as we came to 33 to go a few laps later, now looking to the outside of Clint Boyer, trying to move up into P12 as we go through turns 1 and turns 2, but the triple behind, and it's a 10 of Eric Almirola who blows the tire, and into the wall he goes, and that's going to bring out a caution here in Atlanta. Everyone would stay out here, so no one coming to pit road, so obviously we get ready to go back green here from P12 as the green flag is once again out. Now 30 laps remain, here in Atlanta now as we take the green flag. Suarez now falling it down towards the back of the top 10, so maybe not the best car for him in this final stages. Behind us we got Kyle Larson, who had actually lost a lot of ground to me there on that restart there as we come out of turn 2 side by side with Boyer. He gets clear. Now we're going to battle side by side with Jamie McMurray down the back straightaway as we head down towards turn 3 behind our teammate of Chase Elliott. Kyle Busch has moved into the second position here as Joey Logano continues to lead, but Kyle Busch, like I said, won in Miami with a championship victory, now won in Daytona. Now he has a chance to win at Atlanta as we go 3 wide with Elliott and Boyer as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2, clearing Chase Elliott in the number 9 as we go through the center of turns 1 and turns 2. Boyer has the momentum against me as he clears me as we go down the back straightaway just in front of now Jamie McMurray, and I'm going to get to the bottom and be a little bit aggressive here as we try to look to the inside of Boyer as we go down into turns 3, and there you see him ahead, Kyle Busch putting on the pressure to the back of the 22 driver of Joey Logano as we look to the inside of Truex. We would continue moving forward now as we had actually climbed up to P6, battling for P5 with Truex here with 19 to go in this race, so about another 9 laps forward, and we take over P5 for a brief moment here in Atlanta, but get a little bit sideways, and then the caution comes out here with 19 laps to go. Everybody coming to pit road, so obviously I'm going to come to pit road. I know if I take 2 tires are going to be loose, very loose, and I know if I take no tires we're going to have no speed at all, so I once again put it to 4 tires, but unfortunately we lose 24 positions and drop down to P29 as the green flag is back out. I was still confident that we could at least climb up to at least a top 15. Now as we cross the line, it is only 16 laps to go, and that's certainly not good for me now as we're going to go 4 wide with Almirola, Cody Ware, and Paul Menard in turns 1 and turns 2. Obviously we need to be aggressive on this restart, and we certainly had some speed as we were quickly going through the field now as we come through another lap later on the inside of Alex Bowman at this point, moving myself into the top 25 as we went down towards turns 3. And we would continue moving our way forwards very quickly. Kyle Busch now in the lead here in Atlanta, but now as we come to lap 70, making a move on the outside of Jamie McMurray, moving myself into the 14th position at this point as we go down into turns 3. So like I said, moving forwards quickly, but we're going to need another caution here if we want to have something for these guys, because you hit 7 to go, closing in on the back of Harvick and Suarez, who are battling for 12th and 11th as Kyle Busch driving away from the field at this point. Now as we come to just 2 to go, we had passed Suarez and gotten to the back of Harvick, now to the inside of the 14 of Clint Boyer, approaching the final lap now here in Atlanta as we come down the front straightaway up to P11 as the white flag is out, and Kyle Busch looks to sweep the first 2 races of the season now as we go down into turns 1, trying to use the outside to my advantage. Harvick looking to the inside of Kyle Larson, not a good corner for me, and that allows Daniel Suarez in the number 41 car to get to my inside as we go down the back straightaway for the final time here in Atlanta as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time. Boyer lurking behind, but that doesn't matter now as we're going to try and make it 3 wide with Larson and Suarez. A little bit of contact there with the 42, and Kyle Busch comes through to win Atlanta, and we're going to come through to finish in the the 12th position as Kyle Busch is just on fire recently in our career mode, winning the championship at Miami with a victory, wins the Daytona 500 with a 3-wide pass in turn 3, and now he goes and passes the dominant car of Joey Logano to win in Atlanta. He's won the last 3 races in our career mode. Kyle Busch, if he continues this up, he's going to easily be a playoff favorite already after 2 races in the season. But as always, though, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. There you see the playoff grid. We dropped down to P6 after leading after the last one. But in the next one, we will be going to Las Vegas, which should be a fun one. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, we won there last time out, so hopefully we can have another strong run. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have yourselves a great day.